Alright. You want to know how I make my wings crispy in the oven? Alright, so 20 wings, which is 3.5 pounds. I just bump it up to 4. Okay? So I double the ingredients. So basically, what you know what you can do? This is make this simple. Whatever seasonings you like. I make all my seasonings together. I didn't sift my baking powder. So I'm going to smush it because I don't want lumps on the chicken. Anyway, the baking powder is what makes it super crispy. Now, you have an option. I have 20 wings. I have 3.5 pounds. So I'd say 3.5, 4 pounds. It's basically, you know, 2 teaspoons of everything I like. But I've done it where I just lay the chicken out and just put the seasonings on it and then throw it in a bowl. Because you do the same thing with cornstarch. You throw the cornstarch in it and coat it, and it's going to make it crispy. Just like you put cornstarch in your fish batter. It's what makes your fish real crispy when you do the fried cod. So I'm just trying to get the doggone lumps. I should have sifted that baking powder. It's so humid in Florida, it does get lumpy. But I don't want it in here. Alright, so I'm going to take my chicken. I'm going to toss it around in here. 425 degrees on the oven. Now, I got my oven set to where I got 2 racks. Because I'm going to put my big pan on the top with the chicken. That second pan is going to be this baking sheet. I'm going to do me some sweet potato fries. I'll put his fries in here. And that pan for them wings. You know, I walked around. He was in the backyard. I think he heard me talking. And thinking, she's out here. She's talking gardening. I motivated him. Or he just decided to do it because it's cloudy and cool. Well, I wouldn't say cool. For Florida. Ow, this is heavy. So my monster bacon tray. I'm going to line this. It's going to be so much easier if I line it, y'all. So I'm going to put me some parchment paper down. So let's get that done. I'm going to set my camera down a minute. I know the phone can be hard to hear. I know that. Can you tell I've been talking to my southern... When I get around on my accent. So yes, I buy unbleached. Bleached parchment paper or unbleached, whatever's cheaper. I do have some pre-cuts in there that fit these baking sheets, but this is fine. Now, if you want to, you can spray underneath. Let me get the avocado sprays a little bit better. You can do the ball underneath if you really want your paper to stick. I don't really need it to. I'm going to show you. For paper, it's going to stick good. If it bothers you being kind of wonky on the ends, I don't rightly care. And because I want these to be crispy, I'm going to do top of this parchment as well, okay? It ain't going to hurt a thing. Now, I'm using avocado oil. You can use vegetable oil. You can use tallow. I wouldn't use bacon grease on this if I was... It'll burn too quick. The avocado oil has a higher smoke temp, meaning it burns a lot slower. I'm going to spread this out a little bit. It burns, it can take the hotter heat without smoking up and burning on you. Plus it's healthier, I reckon. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to prep these by cutting these stupid things off. And then toss them in this mix. So let me get me a knife. Without contaminating anything else. I gotta be careful how I grab. So I make sure I grab it and that's it. Because I did touch the chicken one time. Like just touched it like an idiot with this hand. So the easiest way to do this is break it, y'all. Just break it. There you go, here it pop. It's gonna come off a lot easier. Let me get my cutting board. Did I use it last night? No. I washed dishes anyway, so I'm gonna get me a napkin. So I can open my dishwasher without contaminating the handle. I'm careful with chicken. Chicken? You could have killed yourself with this salmonella shit. So I'm going to move over here so I can cut this chicken off. I'm going to have to bring you with my chickeny glove. There we go. Close enough. Alright, so I want to sharpen this. I want a good sharp knife because I want to make it all mangled looking or anything like that. This is such an old knife. I love these old stainless Yeah, this stainless steel nice. My husband bought me these real expensive ones from Germany. That thing will cut your finger off. So will this if you sharpen it and sharpen it. So I have my fillet knife, this knife, and the knife he got me. And I use for like butchering my just in case there's any little black filings or anything coming off there. See, see the filings are. Wipe off or rinse off your knives after you sharpen them, because there is little pieces of filings on there. So I'm just going to chop this off about. There you go. I'm going to throw this in my little prep bowl that I put the spices in. So I'm just going to go ahead and pre-break all these bad boys. So I can just move through these pretty quick once I start to cutting and toss them in the bowl. Some of these are already broken. I'm going to just top. You know what? Let me go ahead and split these. So we're going to split this in half. Alright. So find your chicken bone down here. And again, we're going to break it. That's the best way to do it. Then you can see right there. You can see how that's like that purple look right there. Just hit for that. And that should just cut right on through. I'm making a liar out of me, ain't it? Come on, knife. What you doing? I hit it in the wrong spot. See? I could leave these together, I reckon. It's going to save me a bunch of time. I'm going to leave it together. Because that part's hard to get right. It's bleeding like a stuck pig, too. That ain't me. I'm making sure it ain't me. Can you imagine? I heard the most horrible story on oh shit, I threw the throwaway in the wrong place. The most horrible story about a Cutco guy. You know, the knives that cut a penny, which that is kind of cool. I'm going to try this out, breaking them. Just see if my taking the time to break them is really saving me time. Oh, yes, it is. So anyway, this child, like, seriously cut himself, like, seriously bad. Some Cutco knives ain't no joke. Tanya's got one. I remember her saying, it'll cut a penny in half, and I was like, it's Cutco. Yeah, breaking that sure makes a difference, I gotta tell you. It makes it a lot doggone easier to cut these. Plus you can see, like, where to cut them. That one split right open when I broke it. He's ready. And it don't even want to cut there. What the actual hell? There we go. Get up there. It's going to take a while, but I don't want to pause the thing. My phone has this habit of shutting off on me. But it shuts off the video. It don't shut off the whole phone. My hands are getting cold. This one, because I ain't got no glove. Well, I have a glove laying over there. So I can take this one off, wash my hands, and I'll have one handy if I just need to grab something that's not copacetic. So, anyway, so in the past, before I came back, I guess I've been back at it about a year almost. I don't know, y'all. Anyway, I also, because I used to talk about, you know, what's going to cook it on. I still do, I guess. And why won't you cut? What the hell's wrong with you? The people would ask me, oh, you know, so I started showing, oven's ready. I started showing me cooking. So I'm going to have a couple. I had the playlist is already there. I think I made, I don't know, yellow rice and chicken. I think I made sausage, protect me, just stupid stuff. But you never know, my stupid might be somebody else's revelation. So I'll start showing what I'm doing because people ask. So okay, I don't mind. This is pretty goofy, but maybe you ain't never made wings because you feel like you got to deep fry them. No, you don't. Now I will put these in the air fryer if it's just a few. And when I do those, it's basically the same except add flour. Once they're seasoned up and good and all that mess, then I put them in just the flour and I use cornstarch and just toss them in that and with cornstarch and flour, and then they'll, you know, grease your air fryer basket, put it in, let it get real hot, and then spray it down once hot. Spray it, get your chicken wings in there, spray them down good too. And you do gotta turn them after about 15 minutes, depends on what your air fryer. I have a Ninja, I think. What is that thing? Yeah, Ninja Foodie. Love my Ninja food. It pressure cooks, it stews, it sautés, it does all kind of shit. The Ninja blender, I've had that thing for probably 15 years, and it runs great. I got a big one and a little one. Anyway, and you got to turn them over, but they come out. They taste like they was fried. They really do. I keep checking because I have cut myself so many times doing this. Oh shoot! I don't need my be magnified to cut this chicken. I can't give them to the dog. There ain't enough meat on there to mess with, y'all. They just ain't. Alright, let me. Oh, I gotta clean it up. Okay. I know I'm still gonna touch chicken, but ugh, my hand was numb, y'all. Just numb. So I'm gonna let me get the blood off of here so it doesn't stain my cutting board. I need to empty my dishwasher. We did empty it today. Whew. We had breakfast for supper last night. We had potatoes, onions, and peppers, heavily seasoned, with my leftover. I think those were bone-in ribeyes. I think our leftovers. I cut that up in there, and then put the, plated. I have some cool old Buffalo diner trays. Them oval ones. I have like 6 of them. I love them things. And I mound it up and then put the cheese on top, and I do the eggs over medium and put them on top. Oh, it's to die for good. So, really good. So it's summertime, and because we have such a late growing season, within probably 3 months, I should have some fresh zucchinis, yellow squash, bell peppers. It's too wet to grow onions here. I can't grow garlic here either unless I do it. Even raised beds get too wet unless I move them every time, and it ain't worth growing garlic if it's a small enough bucket for me to move, right? Right. Alright, so I'm not just, I was going to toss them. No, I ain't. That was dusty, y'all. That was dusty. I don't like these gloves. I gotta use them up for opening the new box. So these are the Playtex. They're long as hell. I don't like that because I have a hard time getting my hands in there. Alright, so once these go in, then I'll start prepping the potatoes, which is peeling them and slicing them. The same with the sweet potatoes. Those are a bitch to slice. I can't even put them through my slicer. Slicer says, they're too tough. I'll try it. I saw Becky do it, but she's with, boom. She's with Acre Homestead. If you like gardening and cooking and just how-to stuff, I don't think there's enough. I don't think I made enough breading stuff. I don't think I made enough coating, y'all. I don't. I'm not getting the coating that I want on these. I might have to add some more because I want these really, really good and seasoned. I'm making a homemade hot sauce for it, and I'll do some. Oh, I forgot. Now I put them all in here. I was going to do some and just do Parmesan garlic. So let me pull out these ones that ain't got much on them yet, and I'm going to season these. Yeah, you got too much on you. I'm going to season these separately. Doggone it. I want one without seasoning. That bottom of each one is laying down in there. So those I'm going to do my Parmesan garlic for myself. So I'm going to take some butter and I'm going to melt it and I'm going to put some garlic in it. And when it's done, I will hit it with some Parmesan cheese and throw it back in for a minute. I don't eat that many wings, so. And these have got enough. It's got enough on it where I don't want to lose that seasoning. Alright, now that y'all got a little wet, can I toss you? Because I normally can toss you. Maybe it's because I'm using baking powder instead of cornstarch. There's a bunch left in the bottom, so there's more than I thought was here. Alright, I think I needed a bigger bowl. So, hang on, let me get this over the sink. See, this bowl doesn't have the right sides to throw that seasoning up and back over these chicken wings. So I'm going to just rub them in the damn bottom. Rub each one in the bottom to get them good and covered. This was a dog bowl I bought for Shadow. He won't drink out of it. He'll only drink out of glass or paper. Isn't that weird? He'll do a paper bowl. He'll do glass, but he will not drink out of stainless steel. So I use it as a big old bowl to mix. It's good for like dough or doing this. Any big batch, anything. Now, I almost put my potato salad in it. Alright, now the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to put the fat side down so it starts creating that crust. Yeah. I thought that would be, I don't know how that would be received. Because don't forget, I've got oil on that parchment. I don't know how that received. I'm selling my potato salad in a damn dog bowl. So I'm using this big baking sheet because you don't want them crowded. I'm just going to hand put some of this stuff on these bald spots. There we go. And if I need to, I can just toss some more. I think I threw one of them things in here. I did. So I'll be a little less crowded without those little wingtip things. Here's the one I started to cut and gave up on. I ain't gonna stress myself doing that shit. So it's 7:19, which seems late to be starting dinner, but you remember we did that spring forward stuff. So, and what time? I made sloppy joes for lunch, and I think we ate about 1:30. So yeah, that's fine. Plus I had ice cream. I know hubby snacked on something. I hope he did. I'm sure he did. Saying that's something he's mowing. Alright, I think I'm about out of stuff to get this coated with. So let me grab that little dish. I think it's still dry. I have to get me a fresh glove because I need to mix some seasonings. I'm just eyeballing it. I'm eyeballing it, alright? I'm just eyeballing it. I'm going to do what I consider to be probably a teaspoon of salt. Screw that. Let's just put this. Oh, I don't need the seasonings. Well, a little bit I do. Let me open the big pour on this. So I do need the seasoning. I'm going to say I'm going to put about a teaspoon of everything. Now, when I bake, yes, I measure meticulously, but when I cook, no, I don't. I'm forgetting some. Paprika. Paprika. Smoked paprika. That's that red color. I love these sliding things that go in the cabinet. I got the same thing on the bottom. I got those sliding drawer things for my products down there. What was I getting? Oh, is it dry mustard? No, what is it? Oh, baking powder. Clabber, girl. She'll call it clobber. It clobbers, all right. I put a little extra than what the recipe had called for. God knows what recipe that was and when that was. But, so let's just mix this all together. Smush out my stupid lumps. They weren't bad this time because I pulled out most of the lumps last time. This ain't as red as my last mix. Let me add some more. I need to be consistent, so I think I need more smoky paprika. I know I do. It ain't the right color. And you can always, you know, like I said, I don't normally do it. Sometimes I just do it totally different. Do the seasoning right on the chicken and just sprinkle the stuff on it. So I'm just gonna throw this over the top of this. Get me a new glove. I just like these gloves. I really do. I'm gonna try my slicer with a sweet potato. Maybe this big one will do it. I don't know if you've seen these things. Did I put it in the damn dishwashing pile? It's that thing that you just push it down. It works great. These things, I already cut myself twice on it. I'll show you it another time. Screw the glove. I just want to get this done and get them in the oven. So let's get messy. Yeah, I won't never use this bowl for that again. It just does not perform well at all. I should use glass. It's everything sticking to the doggone thing. And I'm having to like grab up the seasoning and sprinkle it on and press it on. Because you need it on there, because you ain't going to have a crispy exterior. Because they would be crispy. You ain't going to believe they weren't, that they wasn't. Make sure I remember to put these fat side down. I guess both sides are technically fat side, alright. But the main fatty side, like I don't consider that the fatty side, I consider that the fatty side. Yeah, see, these are lacking. Let me get the ones that look good and get these in there because they're ready to go. A few of these just ain't getting covered good. Let me sprinkle some of this on those where I see the bare spots, because again, I want this to be crispy. Boy, this one really got coated. On the ones, the plain ones that I'm doing, I'm just going to take me some flour. And I think I'll grab the damn cornstarch and just do those. We've only got 3 of those for me. I'm not going to do Parmesan. Yeah, I might just leave them like that. They need the cornstarch though, or baking powder, whichever. Both will give you crisp. But if you don't do nothing else, make sure you salt your chicken. It's awful without salt, and chicken cannot crisp up without that salt. I mean, it would if you fried it, but you need salt on chicken. It's like an egg. Isn't that funny? Chicken and egg, yeah, they both need salt. Ever taste the egg without salt? Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, see, I'm out of season the bottom of this bowl again. That recipe, I kind of glanced at it just to kind of remember my, like, well, what were my, because I decided to mix my stuff ahead. Yeah, I won't do that again. This is not good. The water's still running in the pools. I have no water pressure. Stick your shit off of there. I wash my hands, so bear with me. And you gotta wash them long enough, I guess, what, 20 seconds? And get up under your nails and all that hot mess. Especially chicken. Especially chicken. That's what I was saying. I don't know why my nails look so awful. Sometimes I'm like, I'm always washing my damn hands. Because I cook, and just life. I'm always handling, doing something. I need to wash my hands a lot. Alright, let me just get me some little bit of flour and baking soda in here. I'm tempted to use cornstarch, but I think I will. Oh, it might already have a little bit of that on it, so I'll stick to having the same thing. It does probably have some of this on it. No, I ain't measuring. Well, I guess I am, because it's so humid, it's like stuck. I'm using a whole teaspoon. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. It's baking soda. Excuse me, baking powder. They're very different. Baking soda is a bicarbonate, actually. And you need it for baking, a lot of baking, but I just buy self-rising flour or something, mess with adding the baking powder, baking soda, and the salt. I just buy self-rising. And grab me some flour. I keep my containers down here. So, I just get my flour out here. My rice is there, so I don't have to take out these big old containers. This is 1/3 of a cup, which I don't need that much. I just try to make it 2 to 1 with that baking powder. I love these containers. Don't make a liar out of me. Hang on. This is not one hand job. Get this. Oh, sorry, y'all. Get this lined up and get it shut good. And bottles is in the way. I didn't get rid of the salt and pepper grinder. I don't need them. But I kept them because I thought, well, what if mine breaks? And he bought those at the store that are the grinder, but save money if I just, because I got a big box of salt in there. I'm just gonna mix this up. I ain't gonna season this. I'm just gonna season these. Yeah, like a little chicken with my salt. I don't care about onion powder. I do care about garlic though. I just want to make sure mine aren't tasteless, you know. I ain't gonna worry about the paprika, but I do want pepper, and that's good. Let me just toss some of this on there. I ain't gonna be fancy about it or nothing. You know, I'm gonna move this here. Let's see. Hang on, let me grab that little sieve. I hope it's where it belongs. No, it ain't where it belongs. I'm still finding stuff from when Kelly and the kids was here. There was never no telling what they did with my stuff. So this is actually a cheese spoon, but it works real good, as you can see, for powdered sugar in this case, like flour. And yes, I need to turn this over and do the other. Oh, don't put it on there. And these lumps stayed in there. Alright, I'm going to get grody again. Make sure I get this all over the surface. I don't want it to be not crispy. And I want the fat side down, so that's perfect. I'm not going to season the other side. Ain't no sense in it. It don't make a bit of difference. I do typically when I do meat, but I'm not, because ain't no purpose in it. And these wings, man, this stuff is really lumpy. It ain't even coming through this big old cheese spoon. Let me help it along a little bit. Lord have mercy, you're lumpy as hell. Let me put less in there at a time. Maybe that's gonna help. I give up. I'm just gonna hit it, the rest of it like this, because I need to get this in the oven. It's 7:30. Now, the last thing you want to do is spritz all this with some oil. My hands are chickeny, so I'm going to grab this here. Well, this hand's fine. This hand's not. I'm just going to hit this with some oil so that it can crisp up. And no, I'm not being stingy with the oil. Make sure you use, I would use avocado oil. I have used, and you can see where you missed it, because you want it to look wet. You want it to look wet. Same thing with your dryer. You want it to look wet. So these three are for me. I'll eat some of them too. And when those get started, I'm just going to peel regular potato, and we'll throw that in the air fryer. And then I'll do a sweet potato for me and put that on this baking sheet here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put down my parchment. I'm going to spray, parchment, spray, put the potatoes down. I'm just going to season them with salt and pepper. Sweet potatoes don't need nothing else. Put them single layer. Just for me, so it ain't gonna be much. One potato is probably too much. I'll probably end up throwing some of them chopped ones in the refrigerator. Or I can throw the rest of the cut piece in the fridge, let it bake up and eat it. Wrap it in some foil, stick it in there, and just eat it later. Alright, so. Let me wash this knife. Ooh, Lord have mercy. He must have made a drink over here. Is he drinking? Yeah, he is. I smell bourbon. While I'm standing here, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to wash this knife. Because I'm going to use this same knife for my potatoes. I'm going to use a paper plate for a cutting board. I'm cutting 2 potatoes, y'all. It's just me and Mikey. So anyway, this is a cheese spoon. Like when you have a cheese ball, is my light on? For like when you got a cheese ball. Should you use it? Or that's what it's for. Or whatever you want. Anything soft you can go through them holes. Make spraddle with it. That'd be the smallest spraddle dispenser ever, right? Like spraddle. That's a whole nother story. I will never make spraddle again in my life. It's the messiest, most stupid way to make I don't know, it's like a skinny noshi, I reckon. Alright, let's get this big boy in, and then, oh shit, that's gonna go on the top rack. I'm gonna leave that bottom rack available for while my hands are clean and dry. Let me go ahead and get this prepped with my parchment. What'd I do with it? I need to put this on my grocery list. And get that situated. Uh-oh. Yeah, you gotta shake it. It'll start spraying out in a straight stream. I could have sprayed my phone. It's my phone. Yeah, there was a big old stream of it. I'm just gonna spread this around a little bit. Alright, so there's nothing really to show you. I'll just look at these. I don't know how long it's gonna take them to look crispy. They typically, I mean, it's 420. Why is that 425? Did I do it? Oh, it is 425. I have to show you my breast that you cook at high temp like that in a pan. Talk about crispy and good. Thighs, screw breasts. I don't like chicken breasts. They're too dry. They're so finicky. So I'm just going to cut taters. I think I have sweet potatoes over here. Or did they sprout and had throw them in the yard? I don't see them. I reckon I'm having regular potatoes too. So I ain't going to mess the air fryer. I don't think I need 2 potatoes. I think that's going to be too much with all them wings. Well, at least these are the oldest ones. Let's just throw them. They may have so many spots and shit that I might end up needing to, yeah. I like this potato peeler better. It looks like a razor. Let me put this on timer so don't forget to look at it. I'm going to check it in 30 minutes. But I like this one much better than this one. It's great. Look at it, going to work when I said that. It just works. Damn things have a greenish tinge. They're not in the flesh. Just a tiny bit on the skin. Not enough for me to make them toxic. And they're not green. I think it's just at the very edge of this. I see that a lot. See, I don't grow potatoes. I'll grow sweet potatoes, but in the fall. I'll plant them like late summer and harvest them in the fall because it's fall still like summer in a lot of places. Garlic, I could do the same time. I don't think the cost of garlic for me is worth to grow it rather than buy it because honestly, you can catch it on sale. I don't really want to sit around peeling that shit. I might buy one of them jars of the chopped stuff. Get all the oil. No, I can't because it's got oil in it. Well, I guess that's the benefit of using your own garlic is you can put it in the either your blender or your food processor. And these go in the garden bed. I'm going to start now with the composting. I'm getting back to gardening. Shit, water, a bunch of water in it. Which means I need to save everything that can be cut. I don't do banana peels and I don't do onions. I know I can. I don't. They take too long to break down and I don't. Worm beds love the banana peels. They're about the only place you can use them. I had a worm bed out there under the big bird of paradise. It was as white as that oak tree. Kid you not. It was a whole ecosystem. I stood in this kitchen window and cried when they cut that down. I had to have stump grinders come and get it out. It was so big. It was in the way of the pool deck. So was my one palm tree, 2 different types of jasmine on the fence. What else? Morning glories on that part of the other fence. He cut down my gardenia last year. Yeah, I knew this was going to have quite a bit of bad spots. I could tell by looking at it. Anyway, I can't. Oh, and two flower beds. Two big, because there was big flower beds that ever entered the pool. Oh, there was another bird paradise in that bed. What did I have in this bed that had a profile? I don't know. But even along that side of the pool, I had pentas. I had so much stuff, guys. That front bed was full. Both of them. They just went to grass and weeds, and he's trying to make it look better for the kids got here and just pulled the weeds and grass out and just threw mulch in it. Which is fine. It's fine. Not that they gave a shit about the yard. But whatever. I have to pull all that mulch out to be able to amend the soil. But that soil is old. It ain't no good. No, I didn't throw this away. I'm throwing the paper towel away. This goes in the compost bowl. This got to be rinsed because it's awful looking. And then potatoes. Let me wash these off. Whoop, 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 whoop. Alright. It's a simple. Potatoes. Fast and easy. Alright, fast and easy. I just do it in half once. Now lay it down the flat side. Do it in the middle again. And I split those off again. And split that again. Alright, because you want them to be kind of big. Not that big. That'd be good for steak fries, but no. Alright, so I'm just going to lay the ones that are thin, that are that big, that's fine. I'm just going to lay these right straight to the baking sheet. They already been washed. So I cut this one a couple more times. It's way too fat. So I get them on there. Hubby likes them big old fat ones. I'm disappointed I didn't have no damn sweet potatoes. Oh, I ate them. That's right. I baked them and ate them. I did. Good Lord. I get some more. So I will do potatoes in a bucket or container. Again, late summer to harvest in the fall because it's just too wet. It's too wet. Potatoes don't need nothing. Really. I'd put blood meal. They're not heavy feeders. I'd put blood meal and just a general organic fertilizer in there, like maybe a slow release. So I reckon I need to buy some and stick me one in some water and start collecting some slip when it's time. I start getting me some slips off of it so I can plant them. I had purple, beautiful purple sweet potatoes last 3 years ago when I did my last gardening. And that was in a hugelkultur bed that I built over here, so that soil's probably pretty good. I might plant some stuff over there in the ground over there because when it gets hot in the afternoon, that fence does provide them some shade. Because even tomatoes in Florida, they want some relief from the shade. And you got to keep your leaves this far from the ground and keep you a good bit of mulch or organic material on the ground, because otherwise this rain hits the soil and splashes up on the plant and you get blight real bad. My zinnias get blight. We get so much rain. But they grow. My zinnias get this tall and just, yeah, well, there's different types. There's the giants and there's the mix. It's all kind of zinnias. I got some giant ones in here for hubby. This is way too many potatoes. Maybe he'll eat them. If he don't, it's a potato. Alright, so I'm going to just season these with salt and pepper and spray them with some oil. And supper's on. When I check them, I'll check them. I'll check the chicken in 23 minutes. I'll check the taters. If they need it, I'll flip them over. So I'm just doing salt and pepper on these. Nothing's fancy. And I ain't worried about the overspill. It's just salt, for goodness sakes. I know, I use this big old thing instead of the pepper grinder. I just get tired of grinding shit. Alright, so I'm going to spray this with some oil. Let me move my phone this time. I know I sprayed my phone. I need to say, you know your phone is dirtier than a toilet seat if you don't clean it. I'm not joking. Look it up. It's one of the most nasty places because people don't think to sanitize their phone. Alright, let's get these in the oven. I'll check on these in about 25 minutes, look, 22. I will flip them both over. These, I gotta pull that mulch